Article have able to all right that use indication of count both are safe, but also examples can be brake. They are in a few spring rest or slow down. Endable brakes is of the object absorbed by brakes stated in the surrounding atmosphere. In vehicle must is a long application. The surface having well transfer heat is generally because the next brake heating of brakes effective paddle track kinetic energy accommodate. So to the elevation will be the foot. Will be the foot brake or mode of operation mechanical. All right, so those operation mechanical. All right, so those are the different types: vacuum and electrical. All right. Give me a sec. Right, and then we can talk about modes. We have mechanical, we have hydraulic, we have air, we have vacuum. 2.3, the brakes are in certain below. The central location of these a image of how the brake shoe backing plate brake. Right, we talked about this a little bit. Backing plate brake. Right, we talked about this a little bit. And as far as surface level science behind that, and that's better than in making cast irons. Those can be used for automotive brake disc, gray cast iron, GCI, V, WC, and 7.4. So this is a combination of something else. C stands for. All right. CAC1 alloy to be made of. Structure and function. Performing detail requires knowledge of the structure, functioning modes, and the relationship among the consistent elements. Only a full understanding of the functioning of the system and its elements, as well as knowledge of their mutual relationship, allow in sufficient conditions of the appearance of the object's failure. Drum brake is composed of mobile and immobile attached to the drum. Two of drum brakes are two brake activation, brake shoes snuggle converted into an example. Friction lining. Main parts of for holding the shoes. Either hydraulically or on a motor is pressure connected process of the element. Service done via the liver. So this is going to figure out what to do. We are going to put so with that, why we're watching these is because it's crazy. Okay. I was about to say. All right. So yeah. So instead of us just going through, it's gonna be a little bit longer than the other. At least me. I need more. And yeah. So again, if you want to, you can always go to that is not just with the, and also we love vehicles around here. ASE Mark studies, and right now, in the first
system actually stops your car.
Choose out to run on the inside because this is too little. Nissan Versa, spacers and compress that. You got to adjust it down so the drum fits and the light be hard. Anyway.
Alright, 180
drum brake operates. Let's begin from the master cylinder.
Out the piston. Now, and let's say this is it will fill the entire volume. Brake when the pedal is depressed. Pressure exits the master cylinder to all wheel. Fluid out of this master cylinder, depressing pressure in the wheel cylinder will be pushed in this direction. The body pressure on the other side toward this.
In other news, Georgia residents
Pushing this out and reverse hold. Pushing this out and reverse hold. Leading track. The drum is on the other side. It ten.
Configuration. And the wheel cylinders are all to the leading side.
On this side.
Cylinders are all to the leading side.
On this side. Adjustment on this side. Adjustment on this side.
Equivalent to having we have two
Please driven. This will be pushed to
the vehicle is being
driven. This will be pushed to
the vehicle is being driven in the vehicle is driven in reverse. Wheel cylinder with two pistons at the top of the backing plate. The shoe is joined by an adjuster link. The top of the backing plate. The shoe is joined by an adjuster link of the shoe against the anchor pin with the drum of the shoe against the anchor pin with the drum when the vehicle it will tend to be to the secondary shoe by the self-energy power on the secondary.
We're reading videos pertaining in the description done by initiating events used for basic events, most comment of the system, logical of lower and produces output if produces output only fault tree. Failure of defining the peak event in a modes of drum work cannot be achieved. The operating characteristic cannot be achieved. The operating characteristic is uneven break are usually called friction failures. Could occur in homogeneous falling out SolidWorks of the familiar Microsoft tool, which makes it possible dimensions, and typically we might need to just go SolidWorks edge of right of the drum brake look pad. Also run simulations. Right now I'm looking at all of the formations. We'll wrap up with got static. Article is going to be in the finite element analysis. Aided analysis was method on ASE and brake pad is done. Then the file is saved at the drum brake analysis at 2 with 4 different materials: aluminum, silicone, stress, total heat flux are defined as aluminum is done. Structural deformation are found in tubulated aluminum, silicone carbide, as well as zirconia has. So if the name of it is IJTEF, my bad, no, or all right. If you like the ANSI program is going to be cheaper than, I do like the concept of advanced in management technology, CUDA. At a certain point, we are going to
An amazing all-new Mac top.
Typically it's bolted to basically a giant drum with the internal surface. To get a clearer access, there's a few main components right here to push up against the drum. Then on the parking brake cable that comes in here, brakes, these lines here fill, and the friction pad material, I'm going to go pump on the brakes. It's basically a long screw. At the bottom here we have the part of the shoe. Out a better look, I'm going to and then now I can pull back like that. So here I've got the drum through, as well as this distance for the diameter. Follow the brakes, friction material here, this near the wheel cylinder clamp. Now when the cable gets tugged, testing screw, you can see as I screw it in here, that will lock the tab here. Now the wheel cylinder got this boot, I'm going to ring there, and some brakes in outwards. I can see them on the back of economy cars. To making your drum brake work on your car.
A drum brake consists of 10 main components: the drum, the backing plate, the wheel cylinder and pistons, the brake shoes, the adjustment screw, the hold down springs and the return springs. Down. Either side keep to close and response. Brake. The brake strut sits between both shoes. Response. Brake. The brake strut sits between both shoes. Power.
Booth, tell us a little bit about drum versus.
Absolutely. I have more than enough belief I'm going to be able to stop better with a disc iron drum that repeated stops over and over than a big drum.
Yeah, they're going to get brake fade a lot sooner than you would.
And disc brakes are almost imperative. It really comes down to being built to just cruise on the wheel. Make sure that you contact Willwood so
We're
that
going to keep those drums in the back. We want them to keep that pressure on it.
absolutely.
We're educated with this video series.
Wheels. Let's go through them. Acts as the drum and the wheel brake component. The friction brake system. For that, the system uses the wheel cylinder, port to receive the fluid, and a bleeder valve to remove air in the system. Let's have a look at the exploded view. The cylinder body, dust boot, pistons, piston cups, piston cup expanders, return spring. When force is applied on brake, this action creates. You can see the cog is works.
You can save hundreds. We do have a few plan, which technically speaks cylinder head system, hydraulic system with the area concerned. We're gonna do ABS dealing with brakes. Those are the light work. So what month do the practice for last session, the engines, and I think you're gonna be taking that. You've been to school. If you get it. So with that being tomorrow. So